We're back, and you're talking to Mr. Legendary. Happy to be back. Happy to go ahead and start talking about our latest show. Before we get into this, I will let you know that what we're going to start transitioning to is a live format. I am working on going live. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who's been contributing to the channel. It has paid off. Currently, I have all the good software I need to edit all the pre-recorded videos. What we're working on now is getting the software to edit live videos as we're on YouTube so that we can do videos like this where we can review another video live streaming to YouTube. Please keep contributing. I will keep putting Cashapp, Venmo, Zelle, Apple Pay. We take it all here. Please keep contributing. Please keep giving the likes. Likes are free. Subscribes are free. Go ahead and do those because they help us grow as well. Today, we are going to be reviewing a somewhat older video. I stumbled upon this video just searching for content, as I always do, just researching, and I actually typed in I am the table, and this was one of the videos that I saw, and it's gold. It's gold. It is pretty old. It was from back in October of 2019. Very old video. I actually saw this video and I saw someone else's reaction to this video, and I didn't like the way he went with the reaction, but the woman who we're going to be reviewing the video, she responded to his video and she came at him. You did an old video, you just looking for clickbait. I want to set the tone now. I'm not looking for clickbait. I look for things that I can reference. I look for things for people that come and consult with me. A lot of them don't want to talk. A lot of them don't want to be on camera. Videos like this are perfect because I hear a lot of the things that I hear from other women, and I hear it in these videos. I'm like, this is perfect. Now I can bring out some of the things that I've said to women in private, and I can say it here on YouTube, but I don't have to use them. I can just critique what she said. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video as a live breakdown. I don't have any notes, have anything written down. Let's just go verbatim so we can get ready to start going live and start bringing y'all the real good content that I really want to start bringing. All right. Let's go ahead and get back into this video. As I said, we're going to go ahead and do this. It's off live, no notes. We're just going to watch her. We're going to react and respond as we go along. Let's start playing this now.
Oh, hello, gods and goddesses. It is your girl, Goddess Masterpiece, and I'm back with another video. So, the topic today is, I said, is not what I bring to the table. I am the table. And a man has to set it. Now, I got this from Jovi Beauty, who is another YouTuber. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to share this to my page. Another YouTuber had a great topic in which she basically was talking about Mary J. Blige and other celebrity females who have men who make significantly less than them. Mary J. Blige, her husband was her producer, and recently they got a divorce, and he got her for alimony, for alimony, spousal support, right?
When Dr. Dre divorced his wife, and man said $300K a month was ludicrous, there was no females on earth that said that she got him for alimony. Everybody said she was his wife for, I believe it was over 20 something years. She earned that money. She deserved his money. The moment this gets reversed, now all of a sudden is he got her for alimony. There is no more so now he don't deserve it as a husband. He don't deserve, his part and what he did to help build his wife. Let's go ahead and keep letting this play.
Jovi basically was enlightening us on why that's a bad idea. It's never a good idea to date down, to date a man who has less than you. Okay?
I agree with her to an extent that women can't handle dating a man that makes less money than them. A lot of females believe that their man has to be better than them, stronger than them, bigger than them, faster than them, and make damn near double the amount of money that they make. And if they do say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it, they're going to say the same thing she just said, and they're going to consider themselves dating down. And they're going to consider themselves settling, even if they have a checklist of, let's just give it 3 things just for context. They have a checklist of 3 things, and on the bottom they say money. And you have the looks, you have the fitness. Those are the 3 things: looks, fitness, money. And if you have the looks and the fitness, there are women who will still say, because you don't have that money component, they are settling, even if you have 2 out of 3. Let's finish letting that play.
Of course, it's different levels, right? But for a woman who is a millionaire to get with a guy who's a thousandaire, issues may arise. That's why the whole topic about Fantasia being submissive to her man was so relevant, because her man, even though he has money of his own, he doesn't make as much as she does. He probably makes 100,000 plus a year. She makes millions a year. But yet she's allowing him to take the reins in a relationship and make the financial decisions.
I don't know what conversation she's referencing. I don't know what she's talking about. I will try to find this. Like I said, this video is 2 years old. So whatever video she's talking about is also 2 years old from another person's page, which I would have to look up. But just off of what she said, it sounds like they were saying that Fantasia's husband, who makes less than her, is in charge of the financials in their relationship, and they have a problem with it. She doesn't have a problem with it. The people watching Fantasia has a problem with the fact that her husband, who's making less money than Fantasia, is controlling the funds in the relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, do not let outside people try to tell you what standards you should uphold in your relationship. Do not let outside people try to tell you what type of things should and shouldn't be allowed in your relationship. If you want a man who is a leader and who takes control, do not listen to people like this just because he came into the relationship making less money than you. If that man makes you happy and he got everything else, lady, do what the hell you think is best for you in your relationship.
Jovi's opinion, which honestly, guys, my spirit has been so low with the relationship issues I'm having and trying to figure out how I got there, because I put so much effort into something that is not really turning into anything. It's basically looking like I'm going to be a single mom. Not a single mom as far as he's not in the kid's life, because he is, but a single mom as far as me being, me moving on to another relationship. Because I realized that because I fought so much for my relationship, I spoiled this man into him feeling like he doesn't have to return the favor.
She said she fought so hard for her relationship that she spoiled her man into thinking that he doesn't have to contribute to a relationship. I spoke to one of my clients about this, and I speak often about this, and I never knew how prevalent this would come into play, because I always was one to dole out equal judgment between men and women. And when I hear situations, if back in the day, 3 years ago, if I would have heard her say that, I would have gave the man his share and I would have gave the woman her share of the blame. I would have split it 50-50. What she just said, she took accountability for it, but she took the wrong accountability for it. She said that she spoiled him into thinking that he didn't have to do anything, and I'm gonna flip that around. She's there, but she's missing a key component. It's not the fact that she spoiled him. It's the fact that she never had a requirement from him. It's the fact that you never had standards on yourself and on your lady parts. Y'all females control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. If more females said you can't have my sex without you giving me your relationship, you would have better bond. It's gonna go one of two ways. I'm not gonna say everything gonna turn out good. It's gonna go one of two ways. If you say you can't have access to my goods without giving me the commitment, either that man is going to leave because he's gonna say you're not worth the wait or the work, and then you win because now you didn't give up your goods for that man, or he's going to stay and say you're worth it, and now you still win because he said you're worth the work. So either way, women win by putting a standard on themselves. She did not do that. And now, instead of learning that real important lesson, not about how you treated the man, it's about the standards that you put on yourself. She's going to continue going down this dangerous path because she didn't learn the most important lesson. And this is why channels like mine exist. This is why I want to help women understand men, because some of y'all go and y'all mess up your relationships and y'all end up like her, where she knows she messed up, but she don't understand exactly what she did to mess it up. Let's keep it going.
And it's a hard pill to swallow, but that post just enlightened me. What she said is so true. Why are women so hell-bent on having, and letting the man know, I got the bag? Because whether a woman has the bag or not, what that got to do with your bag, sir? What does me having the bag have to do with what you have to bring to the table? I'm going to let that sink in real quick, and I'm going to charge my phone.
Here's where she lost me. I don't know what she thought she said. She must have thought she was saying something deep and just been rambling, but she didn't say nothing at all. She first started with, why do females feel like they got to keep talking about they got the bag, and then what does my bag have to do with what you bring to the table, sir? I don't think she fully understands what the hell she said, but let's just keep that going. She didn't get that. That's why she went in charge of the phone.
Because like Joey said, a real man is not coming with, oh, I could pay a bill. I could pay a bill or two. I could take you out to eat here and there. That's not that major. That's not a big deal like we make it out to be. What about you providing a home, a life?
This is where women throw me off again, because they equate a man's value to what he can provide financially. I was explaining the 80-20 rule to somebody else I was speaking to. And I said, you can have a man who has 80% of things that you want in a man. And there are women who will have such a huge problem with that 20%. They will drop that man to go off into the sunset and try to find that man that has 100%. And I kept telling her, you do not leave your 80 hoping for 100. You do not leave your 80 because you might end up getting a 20. You might never get back up to 80 again. Your 100% man, maybe even your 85% man, may be in Alaska. You don't even know that. But you didn't drop the 80 hoping that you was going to find something better, and you're going to end up like her. Missing the whole thing. And then now, she sitting here telling us that men come to the table thinking because they pay a bill that means something, and that ain't nothing. You should be coming providing a home. We got to get there, First Lady. Things like this are problems because I got to date you and know you first before I'm just going to say, you know what, I'm going to provide this home. You got to go through a dating phase, and you have to set those requirements so that a man can say, you know what, she is worth me putting in the work so we can build this up the right way. But because you're so busy focused on what he can provide financially, now you're going to get those guys that's going to come in. The pretty boys going to sneak in the door who got these rental houses or living with their baby moms, and all you're going to be focused on is the financial, and you're not going to make them put in the work, and you're going to end up just like this with a baby screaming in the background talking about a man can't just pay one bill. He need to come to the table providing the whole house for me and my kid.
Like she said, a man coming with half is only a roommate. Now, a lot of men is...
How dare a man come to the table with his portion of what he's supposed to do? We're going to get into this a little bit more.
Not going to like that because it sounds like women should be gold diggers, but in all reality, women should be gold diggers, GOAL, and their goal should be to get a man that can provide for her if need be.
No.
Because when
No. Your goal should be to find a man who complements your life, is able to lead your life, and unfortunately for her goal is going to have to be different because she's coming with a baby. So not only do you have to find a man who can provide, you have to find a stepfather. I hate people talking like this because they don't fully understand the dynamics of what's going on. You cannot just look for the financial aspect of it, ma'am. You need a stepfather to your child. And a lot of y'all, this is why I said these videos be so perfect, because I know a lot of females who come to the table with kids and say, well, I'm still looking for somebody who can make sure I don't work for the rest of my life. And I said, ma'am, y'all don't understand how much of an impact the child is on you. Let's get into this a little bit. Because I'm going to get into this I got a video coming about overvaluing yourself. The women's version, and we're going to have the men version. But one of the main components of the women's version of the overvaluing themselves is not understanding how things impact their value. Kids do not positively affect your value. Kids always have a negative impact on your value going into the dating market. Always. There is no positive to dating someone with a child. And most females don't understand this. So let's fast forward. Let's say you just happen to find somebody, you date them, y'all get together, and y'all want to get married. Y'all go ahead and get married. I never thought about this before. Kevin Samuels was always saying, he always asks, how much would it take to raise to have a family, or to raise a family of 5 in wherever you live? How much would it take? And these women would say stuff like, oh, a man would have to make somewhere like, $60,000. He would always say no. And I'm like, dude, that's a lot of money. And I didn't understand the part where once we're married, our incomes is what? If I'm making $60,000, even if the woman isn't working, government assistance is shut off. I didn't think about that. I always thought, okay, we can get daycare, probably can get food stamps. No. Once we get married, our incomes become one. There is no more food stamps. There is no more government insurance. There is no more daycare provided. No, you're going to have to pay for all these things out of pocket. So now on top of just the basic needs, on top of the bills, the house, everything else, you're going to have to pay for child care. If the child goes back to work, you're going to be paying out of pocket for health care. You're going to be paying out of pocket for food. These things add up. And when men see a woman come to the table, do not try to hit me with the well, it's the same way, because according to the law, women are born with custody. So y'all have children differently than when men have children, because we don't automatically get custody. We have to go pay to get custody. But that's not another video. We ain't gonna get into that. But these things affect your value, and I don't think enough of you know how bad that is. And we just talking about one kid. Imagine 3 or 4, and we add up that daycare bill. Imagine a man coming to the table with $80,000. He's able to provide good for himself, and then he wants to take on a woman with 3 kids. Guess what? Ain't no, I'm not gonna say it's not none. Most of the women I know with 3 kids are on some type of government assistance. Once that man with $80,000 comes and wants to marry you and build a family, you chopping off all of that government assistance. There is no more daycare. There is no more food stamps. There is no more health care. Chopping them all off. He has to now pick up that slack that the government was covering for children that isn't even his, on top of doing the basic stuff that he already has to do, as in paying for school supplies, as in making sure we all got a roof over our heads. So not only is he now providing, we're going on 3 kids now, not only is he providing a home for him and you, as in the woman, he has to also provide, we're going to need at least a 4-bedroom house now, on top of the stuff that the government wasn't doing. This is a lot. But let's go ahead and get back into this video, because I'm getting way off topic. But I hate when women overvalue themselves and they devalue men to where all we're worth is financial benefit or financial gain.
A man truly wants a woman, he will do anything and go out of his way for her.
No.
So why do we take shorts and then end up in a position where we're angry? We're labeled as crazy, angry, and bitter, when in all reality, all we did was put forth the best effort we could for a man when we shouldn't have.
This, again, is where when I watched that other video, I watched someone else review this video, and I said, man, you got to attack that point, because it doesn't make sense. You cannot sit up here and place the blame from your decisions on someone else. You chose to not have requirements. You chose to not put the requirements on your lady parts and give this man who you chose to be with all of these benefits, and he wasn't given none of the benefits the other way. You chose that, and then now you're making it like this is something that all men do. No, this is a choice that you made personally in that messed up relationship that you chose to be in. So you can't then now penalize all men because of what you chose to do. And this is why I say she needs a lot more help, because she never got the lesson that she was supposed to get from dealing with her child's father.
We breaking our backs for a man. Cleaning, cooking, working, taking care of kids.
Y'all get these men that arouse you physically and bypass the men that arouse you mentally. And then you go back into the dating market with this messed up attitude based on what you chose to deal with. And then now you want a man to deal with that. You want a man to deal with a woman who's scorned and who's mad at men based on her own choices. So now a man who's better than the man you chose to procreate with has to come in and not only fix you, he has to be a stepfather, he has to be financially set and provide a house and money and food and all that stuff. He has to come and be the creme de la creme for something. In this video, so far we are 4 minutes and 40 minutes in, she hasn't told us what she would bring to a man. And the freaking video is labeled, it's not what I bring to the table, I'm the table, and he gotta set it. This is the table. And this high value, high quality man gotta come to that table and set the table. That is why she's single now. That's exactly why she's single to this day. This video 2 years old. I saw a couple of her recent videos. This is why she is single to this day. Because of this jacked up attitude about how she's the prize and she's the one that the man has to work for. Ladies, if you listening to this, please put in the work for these type of men. Because I'm going to tell you what, Becky with the good hair don't have no problem being what that man want. They stealing the black woman's flow. Y'all, a lot of people are mad at the Kardashians because they say that they just, doing all this plastic surgery. Y'all giving them the blueprint to steal y'all men. Y'all showing them what they like physically. They already what we like mentally. They already got the mindset. But then now y'all giving them the keys to now they can just go get the plastic surgery and be both. And y'all wonder why black men are marrying out now. We're not going to get into that because we're going to start getting on topic. Let's get back on her.
Lifting up heavy bags. A man should know he has to carry them groceries.
No. You should put the requirement that a man has to do that to be in your house and to be in your presence, especially if you made a freaking baby with him. Keep telling us what he should do. What are you doing? Take accountability for what you did not do.
Shout out to all the men who you see in the supermarket who's always there with their mothers, their wives, their girlfriends.
And let me say something else here. Because I'm on a roll today. We on a roll. If you think a man, a millionaire, $100,000 man is going to be working his ass off, running these businesses, and then still come home and walk off to the store with you and be carrying groceries in the house, you got another thing coming. This coming in my video with the how do we overvalue, because half of y'all don't even know what the hell y'all even asking for. And y'all get these men and y'all don't even know what the hell to even do, because she's assuming that she's going to get $100,000 man and he's going to be walking through the grocery store, pushing the buggy, holding her hand, carrying groceries like some manly man. That is too freaking much. You got to pick a struggle. You got to pick one. You're not going to have that man. You're not going to have this man running businesses and running corporations, making all this money, and then still got enough time to come home and do all this household stuff. It's not going to happen. It's not. It is tough making all this money. It is tough getting up to that level. That's why all of us ain't millionaires. If it was that easy and everybody could do everything, everybody would be millionaires. It's tough. That is the top 1% of men up there in the millions. That is the top 10% of men over 6 figures. When men get that high, they don't still be walking through the store carrying groceries. They pay somebody else to do it. Let's keep going, because I'm going to decompress. Let's get back on track.
I literally caught a hernia for trying to be a strong woman. Mm-hmm. Being a strong woman to me that's not something I am proud of. I want to be vulnerable. I want somebody to have my back. I want somebody to carry my bags.
And it's sad that it usually takes something to that extreme, to her catching a hernia, carrying her baby by herself in this store, to be like, you know what? I do want to be vulnerable. And I do want a man to do this stuff. But you gotta get that lesson that she missed. It went straight over her head. That she didn't put the right requirements on herself and her body. She did not put the right requirements on that man, because had she told this man, you can still have sex. I'm not saying be a born again virgin. What I'm saying is, once you decide to remove that condom, once you decide to remove the birth control, you better make sure you have that ring on your finger. Marry before you carry. Have the fun. Be safe. Do not give these men access to your womb, access to your most precious gift if they haven't given you their most precious gift in return. Free game, and it's coming from a freaking man. Stop giving these men babies before they give you a ring.
And it makes me a little emotional because,
of course it does.
You know, they constantly put in ingrain in our brains that women have to have. But once you're a mother,
no, you don't have to.
That's why you should have a husband that knows he has to have your back. Because when you don't have that husband, all you feel is regret, remorse, resentment for that man that you had children with, you laid down, you had children with, to turn around and be able to walk away and go as he pleases.
Of course. Of course you did. Because you didn't require that ring.
It's one thing to co-parent, and it's another thing to just live in separate places and live your lives separately, and that man just comes to get his kids every now and then, but the woman is still stuck with the day-to-day activities.
Of course, because you... In the show I'm going to do, one of the most important things that a female can do is understand. Understanding that you are a woman and he is a man. Understanding we are different. As bad as y'all want us to be equal, we are different. When children are born, they automatically give custody to the mother. That automatically sets you at a different standard than what the man has to live with. There are men on this earth that will procreate and don't give a damn about paying child support because they know that's all they're going to be stuck with is a bill for 18 years. They are happy. As long as they got to get your lady parts and they got to do what they wanted to do, they will gladly pay that 18-year bill. Now, of course, that changes once you get to year 10. Like, damn, I've been paying for this kid just for that one night of fun. Of course, that's going to change down the line. But that's something they're going to have to deal with down the line. Right now, you women got to deal with this for 18 years. You stuck with it. So you have to value it and go about it differently than men do. You have to. Because you got to understand that you are different as bad as y'all want to be us. You cannot be us. It's different. Just off that alone. You will be like this, crying in the video because you are stuck with the baby while he's off building a whole nother family and probably doing this to somebody else. Because he ain't got no ties besides a bill. Nothing.
But that post enlightened me so much. My heart has been heavy, and it's like something lifted off of me because it showed me that you truly set the standard. And the standard that is set should not be, I'm willing to take care of you as a man. The standard is, you got to step up your game for me as a woman, whether I have $100 or $10.
She missed it. You missed it. You missed the whole boat. You missed it. You think a man is going to do this just because. And no man. I had another post. I love these analogies, especially when it comes to cars. I've said this in my videos before. If Cadillac gave out free Cadillac 2022 Cadillac Escalades, they gave them out for free to everybody. Who the hell is going to go back up to Cadillac and say, here's my $500 a month. I'm going to pay this for about 5 years. Just because. Cadillac is going to look at them like, what? Everybody else is going to look at them like, what? Because they're not going to do it. Let's just be real. No one's going to do that. If you give me this truck for free, why would I still pay you every month for 5 years for this truck? It's not going to happen. And that's what women like this want to happen. They want to give out, they want to be men and give out free sex because they said, we just want to have fun too. But then in return, you want that man to pay as if you're making him work for the sex. No, you've already given it to me for free. Why would I now step up and be a man when you've given me the gifts for free? Why would I do that? She missed the lesson. The lesson here is to make sure you put a requirement on your body. Make sure you put a requirement on yourself. Know your own value. Understand that we are different. Understand that men think different. Understand that men can live life going forward different based on the decisions that we make.
And that's just my thoughts. I might come back with a part 2. I love you guys.
I don't know if she made a part
Relationships
2.
are hard, but you do have to acknowledge where you went wrong, even if it feels like you've been done wrong. It always takes 2 to make a situation. So as much as I feel like I'm being done wrong, I did myself wrong.
You did yourself wrong.
I did myself wrong by allowing a lot of things. I spoiled my baby father. I spoiled him and he doesn't even see it.
We're going to stop the video right there because I feel really sympathetic to the fact that she understands she went wrong, but she don't understand exactly what she did wrong. And exactly what she did wrong was giving this man free access to her body without requiring him to put a ring on it. And that in turn made the situation what it is. Single mom, baby, I believe there's 2 babies. We'll just stick with 1. Single mom, baby, regretting how good you treated a man that wasn't even worth that treatment. Now what she's going to do is go on to the next man and say, I'm not about to do all this stuff for you, which is what most females do. Most females, we're not about to do all this stuff for men. We're not doing all that stuff. We're going to make you come bring your stuff first, and then I'll do it for you. That's why she got that mindset now. Because she messed up with the last one. Now she's going to say, you know what? I'm going to make the man do the work first, and I'm going to sit back and let him make sure he worth it. Not knowing that we got to come in this together and do it. And that's why we have so many older women single still talking about God got me or God got a plan at the age of 40. This ain't about God. This is not a blip. Relationships are not God's choice. For all you know, God gave you your soulmate in the 3rd grade. But because he gave you Jason in 3rd grade, but because John made you tingle a little bit more, you told Jason to kick rocks. And you don't even know. It's not a godly choice. It's our choice to deal with who we want to be with. It's our choice. She chose to procreate with that man. Learn lessons. I said that I don't take losses no more. I learn lessons. I do not take losses no more. If somebody said you lost and you went down, no, I didn't. I just learned from it. I learned from all of it. And you got to make sure you learning the lesson that need to be learned, because she don't get it. And unfortunately, she's going to end up destroying something else based off of what she's doing right now. Like, comment, subscribe. Please help the channel grow. Let's get this to where we can go live and do this. I want to get us a set time. I want to be doing this on a daily, every other day type of thing, where we can go live and talk about things like this and make sure that we all just learn and we get as much information as we can, male and females alike. Tell me where I went right. Tell me where I went wrong. And as always, remember, over here, we argue facts, not emotions. I'm out.